You want me high or I'm at the 5? You want me high or low?
You gotta go low. You're at the 5.
Stay. Right here. You take that. You take that.
I'm over. Get back.
Rebound. Offensive rebound.
Yeah.
Go.
Good, Jimmy.
Go to work, Jimmy. Get back. I'm shadowing. Hey, we got to talk back there.
Carmelo Anthony, the dean of this U.S. program, now entering his 4th Olympics. And he knows all about the talking that Coach K wants to hear. Got to talk on defense. What an Olympic career he has had, Smitty.
It's been phenomenal. I just love the way he can transform his NBA game and mindset to national player, Olympic play, and he does it just quickly, like flipping on a switch. He plays a total different style. I mean, and obviously he understands, and we will all love to play with LeBron and Jay Kidd and Carmelo, but it's not, and Chris Paul, those type of guys, it's not easy. And Kobe, you have other scorers, you have other facilitators, you have other post players, and he can go get, I think he only got 37 in 17 minutes one time, something crazy like that. It was just phenomenal how he can score and be so efficient.
And Smitty, that was a great piece of camera work where Melo was mic'd up by our super producer, Tom Heights, who's
Did you say super producers?
Wow.
Yes, I did.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
I misspoke there. Excuse me. Our producer, Tom Heights, who happens to be the big Melo fan, so we shouldn't be surprised.
Yes, he is. A huge
just
Melo
seeing
fan.
how he is
Saw that coming a mile away.
communicating and talking, and that's the kind of leadership. We talked about who are the leaders, who are the people who are going to put their stamp, their imprint on this team. He's been there. He knows what's going on. Having that from the coaching staff standpoint and the new players to be able to look to a guy like Carmelo Anthony who has 2 gold medals already is invaluable.
Good look at him, and now a good look at us as well.
Yeah, we got some TV time.
Practice is, we thought practice was over. Guys are still out here getting some work in, some scrimmaging happening here as well, and we'll have players over here, we hope, over the next few minutes. A lot of guys will do their own post-practice workouts as well.
And Monty Williams kind of leads the workouts for guys afterwards. They go through some series of one-on-one as catch it at the elbow, catch it at the block. And then right now you see Monty leading guys to be able to make moves coming out of that corner spot and be able to have 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, and make jump shots. But he puts them through a series of about a 30, 40-minute workout after practice. And guys, even later on in the evening, will go back to a gym and get some more shots. And a lot of guys are lifting weights later on this evening.
Kevin Durant, one of 3 Warriors on this roster. And that doesn't include Harrison Barnes, who, of course, just left the Warriors for the Dallas Mavericks. A formidable group. 3 Warriors on the Olympic roster without Steph Curry here.
Without a doubt, and that'll be a huge advantage for Kevin Durant as he's coming in, getting a chance to spend time with Klay Thompson, Draymond Green in this environment. They'll see a lot of time on the court together, I'd imagine, but getting that work in. We know he's a gym rat. We know he's one of those guys that Smitty talked about will probably come back tonight, get shots up. That is what makes him elite. That's what makes him so great. And to see him leading the drills along with Klay Thompson and Carmelo Anthony, there's a reason why these guys are good. They don't just roll out of bed and play. They put the work in, and that young man right there is a lot of high hopes there in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, Oakland, with Kevin Durant joining a pretty good team in the Warriors.
He really did shock the basketball world by leaving Oklahoma City via free agency for that 2-year deal with the option next summer to join the 2-time defending Western Conference champions in Golden State. And guys, as it turns out, he will play his first game at Oracle Arena as a member of the Warriors, representing Team USA in that exhibition, the 3rd of their exhibition games coming up in about a week or so.
I can imagine.
Think you'll get a little bit of a reception there in Oakland?
Reception.
Oh, my gosh.
To get a chance to play that first game. But still, he's another guy. I guess, Grant, I'm becoming one of those old guys. I just still can't wrap my mind around so much he's accomplished. And I look down, and he's 27 years old.
27 years old.
It just seems like he still has 7 to 8 more years to be dominant because of the way he plays, the way he's keeping in shape, and his skill set. When you have a guy like Kevin Durant and Dirk Nowitzki at their size that can shoot the basketball, even when they're done being starters and dominant, if they wanted to, they could come off the bench and be pick and pop fives, pick and pop fours to be able to still knock down shots.
Well, based on the traditional sort of scale, he's just now entering his prime.
That's scary.
Which is scary. You said 7 years. He might have 10 more years left in him just with his body type. We know he had a foot problem that we think he's moved past, but also now going to Golden State, not having to carry as much of the load. You have other great players around you, not having to go out and score 30, 35 points a night for your team to have a chance to win. But what he does and how he has played and really just consistent from the time he stepped foot in this league as a 6'11", 6'10", two-guard when he was in Seattle to what he's done in Oklahoma City and the anticipation of what he'll do in Golden State. Just a tremendous talent, really revolutionizing that sort of small forward position with his height and his skill set and his ability to score.
Matt, what was that death lineup they had that we talked about when, they go to it at the end of games with small ball? And I still would say in him, the death lineup, he's not a small ball. He's a 6'11" guy that you can have him, Draymond, Iguodala, and Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson. That's still a tall team and guys are physical, but they can flat out.
So what do we call that lineup?
I don't know. What's worse than death?
We got to come up. That's what I was. That was the question. You took the words.
I don't know what's worse than death. What can that lineup be?
I don't know.
I don't want to say
death and destruction. I don't know. Lineup of torture. I don't know what that's going to be.
That's going to be
Klay Thompson, a big part of that.
Still, their issue for me is though what made Golden State, in my opinion, was their bench.
Yes.
So I think that's the next step for that Steve Kerr and the management and those guys to fill out their roster of guys 6, 7 through 12.
Right. That will be a test as you look at Klay Thompson, one of the great two-way players in the NBA.
And boy, has he improved on that defensive end. Arguably now.
Yeah.
Could be one of the top 2 or 3 best two-way players that we have in the game.
Speaking of two-way players, Jared Greenberg is standing by with a pretty good one as well.
Yeah, no question about it. Paul George, and again, the story is remarkable that you're here. Has it hit you now that you've gone through a couple of practices about 2 years after that horrific injury?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't even been a thought. My only focus now is preparing for this summer and preparing for a gold medal. There's no thoughts at all on the injury. I'm here, and I fully recovered from it.
You, as we've talked quite a bit about over the last couple of months, I mean, you really look like your old self come the playoffs. How much can you utilize the practices here, the exhibitions, and ultimately the Olympics to get yourself back to that MVP level that you're at?
Well, the doctors told me this is a 2-year process. With the whole rehab, this is a 2-year process. And, this is just another part of it. I think this is really closing the chapter on it by going on and continue on in this summer. To me, it's making up games back in the year that I missed. So it's just all about reps. It's all about getting the rhythm and staying in rhythm when season come back around.
We see so much versatility and changing in the lineups here. What have you gotten a feel for what your role will be asked to be with Jimmy Butler constantly on your shoulder?
Yes, sir. My role is just to do it all. I think that's the role of every player on this team is kind of do a little bit of everything. Coach K is not asking too much from any one of us other than to be ourselves. So it's just go out there, have fun. We're doing it for a great cause. This is a great opportunity for us to represent our country. And, we got one goal. Just come home with a goal.
Well, best of luck to you. We appreciate you joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Matt, back to you. That's Paul George.
All right, Jared, thank you much. We're joined by Kyrie Irving, who is now a world champion as he joins us, as well as a gold medal winner 2 years ago when you were the MVP of the World Cup in Spain. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I don't know if you're aware of this. It was 1 month ago today. You guys won Game 7 at Oracle Arena in Oakland, and you hit the biggest shot of your life.
Yeah.
What have the last 4 weeks been like as a champ?
It's been a great celebration. It's been a great celebration, understanding what we accomplished. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, but I didn't want to take that moment for granted. Seeing my dad and my sister after we won, and then having a few weeks just to decompress and just enjoy myself. But now I'm back out here, and this is almost, I would say it's a little step below than winning a championship for me, because this is just an exciting time to be with these guys. Every single day, I was telling Paul George as we watched them, before we came here, I just got done watching your highlights. I was just watching your 2015, 2016 highlights, about 8 minutes of just straight highlights. I enjoy seeing great players in a setting like this because they're not in their team atmosphere. They're away from their norm, and they get to come with guys like us and just really just open up. And we get a chance to get to know one another.
This will be your first shot at an Olympic gold medal, but you've been through the senior national team experience before. What kinds of things do you learn about teammates that you've only faced before?
Well, one thing I really enjoy about USA Basketball is the particular part with the select team. I started there. Mm-hmm. It was myself, Clay, and a few other guys that now are on the Olympic team 4 years later. And that friendship and that bond of us going to the World Championship and us taking our time and putting in the hours for USA Basketball and now being able to chance to go for a gold for Olympics is a dream come true.
Well, Kyrie, I just want to talk about, we were saying it before you came here, it's if you look at your age and resume from 24 and so much you've accomplished and some adversity when injuries, and then talk about you have a chance to win an Olympic gold medal and also have a